Hello, everybody. As I sit here peeling garlic, I got a lot on my mind. And, last night was 4th of July. I barely heard any fireworks outside at all. And, even a couple of years ago, you'd have them set off up and down the street. And, it's sad. I think people are afraid to even be patriotic anymore. I have seen a few American flags, very, very, very few. They used to fly everywhere. And, I've had a lot on my mind. I have the thought in my mind that the American dream is pretty much dead because there's been people in this country that are born in this country. There's people that come into this country through means that are not legal, and they hate this country, and they do everything they can to change it or to bring it down. And it's sad. There's been so much potential in this country. I'm Gen X, man. I came up in the 80s to my adulthood. I graduated in 1990, which, I remember it like it was yesterday, but it seems so far ago now. I was born in 1972, and certain individual organizations had means of watching people and all that. We all know that the banking system is what it is. But there's so much going on now, with surveillance, our food, pharmaceuticals, attitudes of American people. And, it's unfortunate because we could do so much better if the people that were in positions to change things or to be for the people, by the people, actually did what they're supposed to fucking do instead of trying to undermine us. The old adage about flies with vinegar and honey, or honey and shit, the variety of them that are said. It's true. I would be more willing to let certain things happen if we were just treated better, and we're not. I mean, this whole right to repair for the car thing. Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, seriously. And the right to repair got passed. It should have never had to have been a situation that ever came to a vote on anything at all. You buy a vehicle, you pay money on it, you should be able to fucking repair it. If you pay off a vehicle, you should be able to keep it indefinitely. I'm sorry, but there's a lot of shit going on in this country that is just fucking horrible. Take this garlic, for example. I haven't been getting the bulbs of garlic that come in the sock because they come from China and they're horrible. But I've also been getting the ones that Walmart says are organic, and they're not. And I haven't been getting them with the stickers on the side. I've been apparently lucky to spare myself that jackassery. Well, I saw one on one of the garlics this time around, and it started with 4.6, which means that it's conventionally grown. Organics start with 9. So that means that despite what Walmart says, they are not organic. But it's still a lot healthier to have garlic than it is to not. So I'm peeling it because I bought it, and I'm going to use it. I have a couple of cloves a day in my food. I have gotten rid of all soda. I haven't had a sip of soda in I can't even remember how long. I tried a sip a while back from a coworker, and damn, I nearly just died from the nasty flavor of it. I used to be a 32 to 44 ounce, green Mountain Dew or Dr. Pepper person a day, and I'm glad I escaped that shit. I don't smoke anymore. That's been quite a while. But that's no guarantee either, because as naturally as I eat, they still put shit in the supposedly healthy fucking food. You gotta, and I'm gonna start actually with produce. local farms, because I know that there are local farms that sell, and most of them do things in an organic manner as opposed to with all the pesticides. So that's one thing. I have not had anywhere near the red meat I used to. It's usually chicken and fish. And even the chicken, I mean, 90% of the chicken that's sold in this country is washed in chlorine and other things to get rid of the germs because of the way that they raise the fucking chickens. So the only way to really have truly good chicken is to get it from a farm that literally free ranges their chickens for real, not just because they're out of a pen. Yeah, look that one up. You'll love that. But it's just, everything is fucked right now, man. Like, I don't like my vehicle, but I'm not getting rid of it because I'm well over halfway paid off. And there's no way I can afford a brand new vehicle. But at the same time, I have to maintain as good as I can my vehicle. And that year range of my vehicle, the 2019, of the one that I have, is known for issues with the CVT. I have already had on warranty several things with the car fixed. I had a few things non-warranted fixed. I have a little over, well, I'm right around 66,000 miles right now. And I'm just anticipating something happening. I have 86,000 miles is when my extended comes up and is done. I'm waiting for the CVT to do something to me, man. And I shouldn't be afraid of that. I shouldn't be having any trepidation in my mind on whether I drive to go and do something I enjoy, like fishing, because that's my main piece in life is fishing. And yet, and still, this entire 3 fucking days of time off, I went to a birthday get together for a friend at Peter Jungle on Friday. Other than that, I've been home. I have not driven. And that's sad, because even a few months ago, I'd have never considered it. And yet, here I sit, sitting in the house of my roommate, who's the homeowner, grateful as fuck that I live with her, because she is a phenomenal person. But I should be able, with my paycheck, to live on my own. And I can't. I have not lived strictly alone since before my first marriage. I haven't been able to afford it. Even with pre-COVID inflation rates and costs, I've never been able to afford to live on my own. Now, I will say that some of that is on me, because there's moves in life that I could have made that I didn't. But there is a lot about the way society works that has made that happen as well. And I have always done better living with somebody. So even if I had the ability to live on my own financially, I would rather live with somebody, a companion of some kind, even platonic, which is the biggest reason why I still am living with my roommate, because she's phenomenal. She graced me with the opportunity, and I took it, and I have enjoyed every minute that I have lived here. And the funny thing is, next year, when I hit 55, I come up to the year range to be able to live in one of those old person communities. And I'm thinking about doing it. And the hilarious thing is, there's one literally walking distance around the corner from where I live. And I'm thinking about it because the fact of the matter is that even at 55, I would have to be in a community like that in order to survive on my own. I would not have a choice. And the really sucky thing about that is I would be around people that, well, not really sucky, because older people are phenomenal. But I would then be living with people that are 15, 20 years older than me. And I don't want to have the visage of older people around me, because I don't live old. I feel it. I'm trying to combat it, but I am fairly active. I get out, I fish, I walk, I go to the gym. There's things that I do that don't fall in line with old people. So I really don't want to have to do that. But it looks like I'm going to have to, because I don't think next year's going to be any better. And with the increasing of AI, which has good and bad points, the advent of all these fucking data centers, which we know for a fact if we have more than two brain cells to wrap around each other, are not all for the purposes that they say they are. It's just ridiculous. And being Gen X, I have a willingness to be rebellious, but I don't want to be. I want to be left alone and live my fucking life. But it seems more and more that people that are in positions of power want to control every aspect of our lives. And there's going to come a breaking point with some citizens. It won't be me. I don't want to fight. I want to just go through my life, man. I want to be left alone to just do what I do. And if somebody gets to my doorstep and threatens my existence, handle my shit, and do what I have to do. But I go as peacefully in life as I can. I walk around with respect as much as I can, unless it's not given to me. The only time I don't have respect for somebody else is when I'm not handed it, when I hand it out. I even call people younger than me ma'am and sir. And I don't get their pronouns. I don't care. I'm sorry, but if you look like fucking Guru from Despicable Me and you're dressing like a woman, you're not a woman. But other than that, I give respect. If they come at me with their name, I come at them with mine. I still treat them with respect. They're still human. I just don't adhere to certain things in society that everybody says I have to. And I shouldn't fucking have to. But in the end, society's going the way that it is, and I'm not a scared person. I'm not afraid to die. But at this point in time, if I died tomorrow, I wouldn't be disappointed. I'm so pissed off with the way shit's going on in this country right now and the world. I really wouldn't miss life. And it's sad for me to say that. It really, truly fucking is.